Well, I'm on the farm today, and I've done about all I can do with this field with my John Deere KBA disc and the Massey 50, and need to change gears a little bit. For the most part, I mean, it's disked up as good as it's going to get. It's not as smooth as I would like it. There's still humps like that. I think a moldboard plow's going to be the only fix to that, and that may happen this fall. But my John Deere 8-foot KBA disc just did a really good job. It would have been beneficial to have that spring that goes between that thing and that thing. I'll get it on there one of these days. But I like this better than the 3-point hitch disc. I like the way it kind of rolls and floats over the ground, and I just think it did a good job. It probably went down about, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches, maybe 4 inches, and that's all I needed here coming in behind my spring tooth cultivator. But I'm gonna back this thing into the weeds and hook my Model 50 up to the spike Harrow that I bought. So right in here is my spike tooth Harrow. I set it inside so I could mow some grass here the other day, but I had to add a bolt right there so this plate, this notch plate that lever engages in, wouldn't move it around. And then I added some penetrating oil to kind of loosen this mechanism up. I'm not sure what setting to put it on, whether you put it on max or min or halfway. This is all new to me, but these two guys go together, and there's the pieces that put it all together, and I can't remember if it's 10 feet or 12 feet wide, but certainly wider than my disc Harrow, so hopefully I'll get on and off the field pretty quick. But let me get this thing set outside and set up, and then get the Massey going, get the KBA disc put away, and then get this thing assembled and hooked up, and we'll just give it a run. All right, I got this spring tooth Harrow set up. You have to assemble this bar right here. There's a bolt in the middle, and then there's chains that go on these hooks, and these hooks look like they're brand new. They had a chain wrapped around it that didn't belong there. Maybe the thing came loose. So the adjustment on this, there's 8 positions, and I don't know how aggressive, you know, you're supposed to go, but I've got it set at 4. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 more positions to go. And I don't know, for some reason I got a feeling that just the body of this cultivator is going to ride in the ground too, kind of smooth out some of the clumps in and of itself, sort of like a drag. But I'm going to run it a little bit and kind of see what I got. I'm not crazy about this clevis. This is what came with it. It looks kind of flimsy to me, but it is what it is. But let me get going and I'll come back. So just right off the bat, the front end's kind of riding in the ground a little bit, and I'm picking up some trash. You can see where it drug it right here, so this may or may not work. And then I don't think that, I'm not sure that this is supposed to flex like this, and maybe that's why they had chains on here. Maybe the chain should have been down on this end, kind of holding this side and this side together. It looks to me like that would be a right powerful bending force on that joint right there. So I mean, I have to go around turns and things like that, but just at first glance I think I need to, on one hand I think I need to set the spikes a little deeper, and on the other hand I think the deeper I make them, the more trash it's going to pick up. can see right here, this may be, these old roots are everywhere on those autumn olives. And but I think I'll set it a little more aggressive, and maybe if I pick up my speed a little bit, it might pull that front end up on this thing just a little bit, but I don't know. Like I said, I've never run one of these things. I've got to leave the farm. I can't do the whole field here today, and I'm gonna put this video up tonight. And if you use a spring tooth harrow like this, I'm sorry, a spike tooth harrow like this, and you got some pointers, I'd be curious to, what you have to say about it. I don't want to tear the thing up, but last year all I did was disc, and then I ran my cultipacker over it, and that actually squished the sod, the clods, and made a nice seed bed. But this was cheap, and I bought it and I got it, so I'm going to give it a try. But I think I am going to put that chain back here, and that might be a no-no. But again, leave it in the comments what you think, and I'll come back here in just a bit. Alright, so I've done a couple things here, and this adjustment right here, I brought it, adjusted it 2 more notches. I don't know if you can see that or not, to kind of stand those spikes up a little more. I don't want them vertical. I want the trash to be able to slide off of them, but there's a lot of trash, these old roots right here, and I don't know what's going on up there. I'll dig that out. But this chain, so as it was pulling, I hope you can see, it was pulling away like that. It was pulling these 2 halves apart like that, and this chain right here came with it, but it was on the front, and I don't know if it was on there so they could lift it around or what the deal is, but I put it on the back to limit the spread on how far this thing can pull apart. And I need to look at the manual and bone up on the instructions a little more, but the main thing is I got it hooked up, and I'm gonna pull it out through here a little bit more, and then I got to be off the farm, so I'll come back with this another day. But I'm hoping to get a video up tonight, and if you got comments on if you've ever used one of these things, you leave some comments in there and I'll certainly read them. So let me get going. So I hope I'm not going to tear this thing up. I picked up my ground speed to about 4.5 miles an hour, and the idea was, that's where I ran the disc. The idea here is to cause the thing to pull up in the front a little bit, which it's doing, and also kind of outrun some of the debris. But right now I got a stick or something stuck in here pretty good, and I need to get that out, and I'll keep going. But I've been watching, and debris will kind of gather, and then it'll slide through the spikes, and so, you know, is this a culti-packed field? not really, but it's definitely smoothing it down. You know, you can see right there and you can see right there. I guess there's some benefit to it, breaking up clods and such. So just another tillage tool I'm trying here, and hopefully, you know, maybe it'll help fill in, smooth out some of these humps a little bit. So I'm pretty happy with my setting, and then this chain, it's keeping it from spreading apart. It was trying to go like that and then like that, so that this in the back was pulling apart. And to me, that's a bad deal, because that connection right up here, it's just a single bolted connection, and I could see where if you put enough twist on it, you could twist that thing off. But again, if you've run one of these, I want to say this is a Model 30. It's a welded spike tooth Harrow, John Deere, and let me get this off. This video might wind up being just a little bit longer, but let me get this off, this piece out from under this thing. Probably going to have to do this over and over, but I don't know. I think it's probably better running this thing on it, and then, you know, maybe a cultipacker on top of that. But and I might have to run it across here a couple of times too. I want to say this is 10 feet. I can't remember if it's 10 or 12 feet. But the chain back there is definitely helping to hold it together. And I'll just run it here some more. I've got a little bit of time yet, and then I'll come back. Kind of give you an underside look at this thing. The only way to get the debris out from under it, and when I say debris, this twisted up root right here, that's not going to straighten out and pass through it, but it's nice I can lift up one side. So let me keep going and I'll come back. All right, I stopped for a second to get my magnetic mount for my action camera, but I can tell you that this field right in here, as it wraps around, there was much more mature autumn olive growth in there, and so that's where the bulk of the roots are going to be, in the trash up here in this part of the field. Until I get up along the tree line, I don't think it'll be too bad, but we'll see. There it is, kind of in all its glory. 1962 Model 50 Massey. And then this guy right here just sits right there like that. So I might be going a little bit too fast. I'm gonna make one more pass down through here, and I've got some debris. Maybe you saw it in the video, but this is not a lightweight machine, and I do not want those spikes fall down on me. See, stuff like that really clogs it up. And then it gathers up this kind of stuff. But straight sticks like that seem to pass right on through. And then here on the other side, kind of the same deal. See that piece right there. So I think it's doing what I want it to do, but is it totally ideal? Probably not. So let me set you back up here, and I'll take one more pass down to the other end, and then I got to leave the farm for a little bit. I'll consult with the manual and refresh my memory on all that, including my ground speed. I don't want to break this thing in half, but I'll come back. Okay, right here is where I'm going to leave it. You can see the dust coming off the field. It's still incredibly dry here on this farm. We had a half inch, no, I'm sorry, 1 inch of rain a few days ago, but not nearly enough. And I think they're calling for about a half inch later this week. But you know, when I look at this don't look too bad, and it's not like it's full of dirt clods. And right there is where I made the loop. I haven't got that part yet, so you can kind of see this, and then you can kind of see that it's doing, I think it's doing its job as far as smoothing things down and kind of busting the clods up. The this front bar here rides in the dirt a fair amount, as you could see in the video. I'm sure that does a lot to smooth things down too. The chain, I think right now, until I can figure out something else, is a must. These brackets right here cannot be moved. They're welded to the tube in position, so I'm not sure what the skinny is on that. But like I said, I got to get off the farm here in just a little bit. But I guess it's doing okay. Like I said, I've never run one of these ever, and some people say they're great, some people they say they're a waste of time. But you know, when I look at some of these gigantic tillage tools that, you know, the big time operators use with their chisel plows and such, a lot of them on the back, they've got a rack of tines like this on the back to smooth the field down when they get through doing their chisel plowing. So it can't be obsolete. It may be inefficient pulling it behind a tractor, and I mean, if I had a 12-foot, 10 or 12-foot KBA disc and had this in behind it, that would probably be pretty good. But you know, this is definitely a harder pull than the KBA disc, and it's not quite as hard as my chisel spring tooth cultivator, chisel plow, whatever you want to call it. And when I get done here, and I'm not going to make another video, I'm just going to keep going. This one, when I picked up my ground speed, it just seemed like the trash was unable to stay on the spike tooth Harrow. It's bouncing around, and it lets that stuff pass through. So I'm pretty happy with how it's performing. I need to consult my manual yet again, and when I get done with this thing, I'll probably I may make 2 passes, I may not. And I mean, what I'm seeing right here, I don't see a reason I need to go over it again, but maybe I do. Over here is where I haven't hit it, and but I'm kind of happy with what's going on. I don't know about that chain right there, but again, I'll look at the manual and try to remember. I'm just kind of winging it up here today. And but anyway, the plan is that I get this thing smoothed out as best I can, and then I'm going to let it lay for a little bit, and probably put some fertilizer on it. I think I was 100% sure I was going to put teff grass on here. I'm not so sure now. I'm kind of 50-50, but if I'm doing teff grass in this field again, what I'll do is I want all the seed that gets kind of kicked up a little bit, give it time to germinate and sprout a little bit. And I'm already seeing out there in that far end of the field the dreaded Johnson grass coming in, and I want everything to start growing, and then I'm going to hammer it with Roundup and just kill everything off before I put the teff grass in, kind of give it its best chance to beat the weeds before they come back. But in any event, the John Deere Welded spike tooth Harrow, 2 gangs there together, the 1962 Model 50 Massey Ferguson. I'm gonna pick this up tomorrow, but as far as this part of the operation on this field, we're kind of done. I'll come back with a different video on something else the next time. So we'll talk to you later.